Chapter 8. Problem of the Criterion's Relation to Other Philosophical Issues. The problem of the criterion is a considerable philosophical problem in its own right. If wholesome is right, it is just one of the most essential of all philosophical issues. Still, according to many thinkers, there are extra reasons to study this issue. They declare that the problem of the criterion is carefully associated to some other seasonal issues of philosophy. It is well worth briefly keeping in mind some of the philosophical issues thought to be carefully associated to the problem of the criterion. First, James Van Cleve, 1979, and Ernest Sosa, 2007, maintain that the Cartesian circle is in simple fact just a unique circumstances of the problem of the criterion. See Descartes for more on the Cartesian circle. Sosa also argues that the problem of simple knowledge is carefully associated to the problem of the criterion, something that Stuart Cohen, 2002, and Andrew Kling note also. In spot, Sosa appears to presume regarding suggests that the problem of simple knowledge and the problem of the criterion are the exact same issue. See epistemic circularity for more on the problem of simple knowledge. Next, Ruth Weintraub, 1995, argues that Hume's attack on induction is just a diplomatic immunity of the problem of the criterion. She claims that Hume basically applies the problem of the criterion to induction, instead of using the issue in a basic style. For more on Humean inductive uncertainty, see Verification and Induction, Epistemology, and Hume, Causation. According to Bryson Brown, 2006, the obstacle of reacting to hesitation about the past is just a variation of the problem of the criterion. He claims that exposing Bertrand Russell's 5-minute-old universe hypothesis, for instance, including offering a requirement for relying on memory. This, he argues, needs sufficiently reacting to the problem of the criterion. Andrew Kling, 2009, and 2014 keeps that the problem of the criterion and the regress argument for apprehension are carefully associated. In truth, he argues that they're both circumstances of a more general issue that he calls the paradox of reasons. Sticking arguments that this paradox emergences, it appears that it is possible to have reasons for a belief, and it appears that reasons themselves should be supported by reasons, and it appears that if an unlimited series of reasons, either in the form of a limitless regress or a circle of reasons, is needed for having reasons for a belief, then it is unrealistic to have reasons for a belief. According to Stick, these three dedications are irregular. The crucial point for the present purpose is that Kling keeps that the problem of the criterion and the regress argument for uncertainty are both circumstances of the paradox of reasons. See Infantism in Epistemology for more on fallback arguments. Last but not least, Howard Sankey, 2010, 2011, and 2012, argues that the problem of the criterion offers one of the main, if not the main, argument in the support of epistemic relativism. Relativists take the problem of the criterion to show that it isn't possible to supply a reason for selecting one requirement over another. Nonetheless, instead of choosing uncertainty, which claims that no requirement is warranted, relativists react to the problem of the criterion by holding that all requirements are simply reasonable to adopt. One's choice is determined just by the setting in which one finds it oneself. Sankey argues that a clear grasp on the problem of criterion is essential to reacting to the hazard of epistemic relativism. For more on epistemic relativism, see relativism. The problem of the criterion is a considerable philosophical issue in its own right. Nonetheless, if these thinkers are right in declaring that the problem of the criterion is associated with all of these different philosophical issues in essential ways, close research study of this issue and its reactions could yield insights that are really far-ranging.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.